Why does it keep saying that our national agenda account can't join? This is stressing me out. Okay. But we're 6 after the hour, so I'm going to try one more time and then no. If not, we're just going to push through. Oh my gosh, yes. Did it work?
Oh. Hi.
How are you?
I'm on campus. How are you guys? Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to find somewhere to squeeze myself. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How are y'all doing?
Somewhere to
how are you? Are you in school right now?
Yes. You wanna take a little live view of where I'm at? This is pretty much what it looks like.
I do not remember.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Are you gonna be able to hold a conversation around?
Of course. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit
okay, cool.
somewhere. But oh my god, skin is glowing. Hello.
Thank you.
Come
Your
on.
skin wow.
I'll be trying to put on that moisturizer this morning.
What's your skincare routine? It looks nice.
I'm gonna be so honest right now. Literally, just like a light cleanser and just a moisturizer. Literally nothing else.
Sometimes it is more. So I mean, if it's working, it's working. And it looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how?
So what'd you say?
Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold on. Let me find somewhere to sit. Yeah. No. It's just pretty. That and I just be eating whatever I want. I'm not about to restrict any of that. So there's nothing else. There's no diet changes, nothing. Probably just hydration, but that's it.
I hear you. You're breaking up just a bit.
Okay.
But it'll probably smooth out once you find the seat. I'm gonna right in because it's 8 after 12. I want to make sure we're honoring everybody's time. But hey everyone, welcome back to In My Black Feminist Bag. My name is Tony Wilson. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the director of culture and narrative shift at Girls for Equity, short for GGE at GG Transfer Voices of Cis and Trans Black girls and young people. We do this work called shift, policy, organization, and yeah, our goal is to really their leadership, really work through policy centering gender-based violence, moving us to racial cis and trans Black girls and gender expensive young people can live self-determined lives. So yeah, Sophi and Roxana.
Oh, I think you're going in a little bit.
Am I going in and out?
Yeah, just now, but I think it stopped. Okay. Sorry, I'll hear you out first.
Don't play with me, Wi-Fi. Don't play with me. Yeah, I'm gonna pass the mic to y'all to introduce yourself to the space and get to the good parts.
Wait, I'm so sorry. What? I didn't hear what you just said.
Okay, I said I'm gonna pass the mic to y'all. So introduce yourselves and then.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Sophi. I'm a content creator that does beauty and I love to do bold and bright makeup looks. And what else? I'm also a model. When you actually describe yourself, it's so hard because what do you say?
That's so true. Why is it that? Why is it like?
I don't know. It's so awkward because it's what? I don't know. Hey.
As Black women, we do so much. We do a lot that when it gets time for people to ask us what we do, we're always like, I don't know. I do stuff. Right?
Yeah.
It's also a little bit of us, of society trying to always teach us to be humble, right? So we don't want to, listing out what you do is also a way that you gas yourself up, right? Because society is always telling us, oh, don't talk about what you do. Don't talk about that. Then you get to the point where it's what do I do? How do I talk about it? Yeah. It's not so hard. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, that is so true. I feel like it's like we're ingrained in our minds that we have to humble ourselves each time when we speak of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So we have you here, Sophie. Thank you, blogger, influencer extraordinaire. Roxana, tell the people who you are.
Okay, hey y'all. I definitely resonate with that. Like, what do I say about what do I do? Cause I just be chilling. Like, that's all I be doing. But yeah, I am. Well, I am a part. Well, I was with GGE for 2 years now, since 2021. 2 years, okay. And I love the community there. Um, Pretty much, I'm just in college right now and studying public affairs because I care about the community. I want to focus on policies that help, I want to, advocate for policies that help, young Black and brown women thrive. And I just love food. I also love makeup, so I definitely relate. Today I was going with a very much of a natural look because I woke up pretty late and I didn't want to miss class, or else I would have always like had some sort of eyeliner or like some contour going on. But pretty much, yeah, that's me. And I love art. I guess that's like the interesting part.
Of course. Like really uplift. You said I'm just in college. There is no such thing as I'm just in college. Okay, like college is effort and like hard work and commitment. So shout out to you for committing the growth and your educational journey. That is hard. So it's not just college. It's college. Okay. I'm gonna shift the convo over to you, Sophie. We're at the tail end of Women's Herstory Month, which I can't believe that March is over. In my mind, how did you celebrate Women's Herstory Month?
One, I like the word Herstory Month. It's really cute. That's like really catchy too. Honestly, I feel like I do this every month because I feel like Women in History Month is like every month, to be honest. But like taking care of myself, like self-care, like getting my nails done, going to the spa, get a facial, and spoiling myself. Like I feel like you should always spoil yourself, like, and celebrate the things you do. It's really important. So like this month, I got my necessary done, like getting like myself a little gift and like going to a little spa. It's really important to do that.
It is. What about you, Roxana? How did you celebrate Women's Herstory Month?
So, for me, I think like being able to spend the time with my loved ones, with my friends, like I'm like the type of person who finds joy in like with people. I do want to know how to like more invest in like solo activities, but I just love sharing a bite with people, and I'm like actually trying to plan that with a friend of mine because we're fasting this month, so hopefully that works out within our schedule. But definitely, yeah, food is also very much my love language. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that from both of y'all. I'm hearing on one side is like self-care, the other side is community care. And we definitely need both. It's an equal balance of how we show for ourselves. So I love that how y'all are celebrating this month. Sophie, I know you have an intro, what you do, but I want to really ask you, so who is Sophie and what is this in Black people know about?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's just me, but you went in and out just now a little bit, so I only heard like who and that's all.
Okay, you know what? Give me.
Little technical difficulties, but we will be resuming. We will be.
I like your voice. You have a really good voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God. No way. Thank you. Yes, you're gassing me up so much. I really
Honestly,
appreciate that.
you are so strong going to school. I have yet to go to college yet.
Okay.
Girl, take the time
Yeah,
off, please.
hear me better now?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Whew. I'm typically doing these live, so just for like some background, I'm usually doing them at home where I feel like my Wi-Fi is like phenomenal. But I'm at GG And I don't know. Usually, I feel like our Wi-Fi here is good, but maybe my phone is like, what is that? I don't know. But fingers crossed, it powers through. So let's see. But Sophie, I was asking you, what should young cis and trans Black girls and gender young people know about you? Like, who is Sophie, and what should they know?
Well, this is hard. Okay. So, well, I'm Sophie. So who I am is like, I do a lot of beauty content of like doing like really bold and bright makeup looks, and my goal is like to show others you should like do whatever you want, to be honest, because like I know when I was growing up, people used to say certain clothes would not look good on me and I shouldn't do that, and I like to do the exact opposite, because it's like, why are you putting this standard and limit on me and hold me back because you feel like this doesn't look good on me? So my whole point of my platform is like to remove that whole limit they have on me and do whatever I want and use my own face as a canvas and stuff like that. And also, like, since I also do modeling, and there's not a lot of models that look like me that are plus size and dark skinned, especially like that, like, like usually when you have a model, it's like always an hourglass body. So it's like there's not a lot of people that do look like me that have a platform, and it's harder for us to grow. So like I just want to prove like you could do whatever you want, and like you show your creativity, be bold, be bright, and yeah, that's like who I am.
Nice. I love that. That's the message behind the work that you do, behind what you put out into the world. I think that's how I got to know you as well, was through your bright makeup looks, and it was viral one day. Other comments, I was like, oh my god, your makeup looks are so bold. Love that. I could never. But yes, I saw someone say Sophie supremacy. Period. We're here for it. So thank you for showing up in spaces and like dominating the space and claiming it as your own, because we're taught that it's not our own, especially as plus size, dark skinned folks. Those are all the folks who are also marginalized, right? And which I'm sure you're already aware of, because you're taking naming that. So thank you for showing up in that way. I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Roxana. I'm gonna just give you the space, give you the mic. Oh no, did Roxana freeze now, or is it just me?
Today we have
a
bad Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take a quick.
Oh no. Roxana is getting. First it was me. Now it's her.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize. Campus Wi-Fi is always acting up. But I was gonna ask, how does your love of art and makeup collide? Able to merge those two together.
I only heard how does my art and makeup collide together, and I didn't get to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you now.
Oh, okay. How does your love for art and makeup collide, and how do you like merge those two together?
So growing up, I always loved art. Like I used to paint a lot, and when I'm doing my makeup, like I said, I like to use my own face as a canvas, so I can do whatever I want, like, or whatever I draw on my tablet, I can just draw it on my face. So I just like the idea, like, where I could just draw whatever. Like it's like your face is literally your canvas, so there shouldn't be any limit there, so you can do whatever you want. And I like the fact I can do that. It's just like art.
I love how like the idea your face is your canvas. Tony, were you saying something? Sorry.
Wait, what's up? Is that like an operator, or am I bugging? Am I hearing stuff?
Who?
But I love the way that you continue to center the specific way you said, like having your face this. And something I use also like my face is my identity. So like it really directs people like how to associate with me, how to talk with me, how to connect with me. So I think when people also see bold looks, makeup looks also connects with them and lets them know who you are, like off the bat. And I think that is so important, especially the makeup work that you do and who you send for your makeup. I'm curious. Earlier, you talked about there not being, of course, a lot of or a lot of dark skinned folks in the model scene. So, what inspired you to start modeling, like start that beauty, and like how has those like, guided your or your?
So what inspired me is that, you know, growing up, you never seen the people that look like you online. Like I never seen like a girl look like me on a magazine, a commercial, no nothing. So it's like if I cannot find that reputation, I should be my own reputation. And I'm like, okay, let's give this a try.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, like I live with the model delusional. So I knew I could do it myself. And it's like I know like I feel like also like people DM me say like, oh, you're inspiring me, kind of push more to keep doing that and entering these spaces. Because also I have to treat yourself as a main character. So I like to treat myself as a main character in these spaces. Like, okay, I deserve to be here. Like, why shouldn't I be here? And we need people that look like me to be in these spaces and take up these spaces because we deserve to be here. Because, like, honestly, I feel like no child should be looking online and seeing no one that look like them on, like, there. Like, why is that, like, still an issue now? So it kind of inspired me to do that and just keep going because, like, I like taking up those spaces because it's like we deserve to be here. And I like the feeling of, like, other girls, like, seeing that, oh, wow, like, I have someone that look like me that's there. It's like a really good feeling. I don't know.
Yes, it is a good feeling. I'm gonna pass you the mic, of course, Womxn, to talk about that too. But I really wanted to say, I mean, earlier, like a few months ago, not earlier, but a few months ago, you know, Black people, we'd be like a few days ago, even though it was like 8 months ago. I don't know why we do that. But a few days ago, I was talking to one of my god sisters who's like, she's like 11, and she was talking about Lizzo. And I remember saying her, I was like, wow, like I wish I had her when I was younger. Like I was just like digging, like just digging away of like, who on TV looks like me, right? And it was so hard, like watching American Next Top Model. I also wanted to model when I was younger, and like seeing the way that they would treat like the quote unquote plus size models who are really like a size 10. And I was like, dang, they treat them so badly. Yeah, to like now on the flip, like see all these new experiences and all these like fashion lines. Even thinking about clothing, right? You talking about modeling clothing, how limited the options were just 5 years ago versus to where it is now. So yeah, thank you for naming how important representation is. Like it's people think of it as small, and like while I do agree that in some ways, you know, it's not like also the action, right? But it is like oftentimes if you can see it, it makes it a little bit more tangible. And that also sparks more dreams, right? So yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to you, Roxana.
Just to add on to that conversation, I was gonna say it is really important. Like representation matters because it's like we like we want to see like ourselves in media. We're in a lot of spaces where we created like the backbone of many things, whether it's like um innovations in like I don't know, like whether it's like technology or a lot of other fields. It's like, why is it that we're always being erased? And I feel like it's so important. And I really, really applaud you, Sophie, for creating that. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna make it for myself. I'm gonna make sure because there's so many people that are really looking up to me. Like, wow, I can see myself up there, and like that obviously means a lot to them. And it's like it's what they wanted. It's like the young person inside of them, like, yeah, I know I can do something great, I can achieve something great. So that is just amazing. Like, I really, really, like, I'm so, like, proud and appreciative of, like, how you're able to influence so many people. So, yeah. Um,
Oh,
um,
The affirmations are just flowing. I love it. I love
yes.
this.
I'm just gonna quickly take a look.
Take your time. Oh no. Oh no, the freeze again. We are in the thick of it today, y'all.
So, as you know, as you have like a large following in a lot of your social media, TikTok, Instagram, how is it that you're centering joy and self-care in your content? Like, yeah.
Like, can you repeat the question one more time? I'm so sorry.
How how are you centering joy and showing up as your authentic self in your content?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think.
Take your time.
So it's like you're basically asking like, how do I like focus like on my mental health and joy while being on social media, right?
Yeah, and just being your authentic self, like not conforming to like what where like people might place you in boxes, and how do you like go against that?
By like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like growing up, people always try to put me in a box, and it comes to a point where like, are you gonna keep listening to what other people say about you, or are you gonna finally listen to yourself and start loving yourself? And I think it came to a stage where like, okay, I could block all these comments off. I started like not reading that much comments and just really like my self-worth. And some days I have to like sit down and look at myself in the mirror and realize, okay, I'm Sophi. I am doing what I'm doing because I like doing what I do. I'm beautiful. I am this and not third. And it's like I shouldn't change myself for nobody. The whole point of me being on social media is trying to prove that I deserve to be in these spaces. And this is my creativity. I am bold, I'm bright and creative. You guys are not gonna take that away from me. And I'm because like at the end of the day, like I feel like a lot of people are gonna say a lot of things about you, especially if they don't feel like you're the beauty standards.
Yeah.
But it's like it's only you. Like you should decide if you want to listen to them or not. And if you decide to listen to them, you're just gonna mess up your mindset. You have to focus truly on yourself and like take breaks. If you feel overwhelmed, take a break. If you feel a little self-doubt in yourself, just look at yourself and remind yourself of all the accomplishments you have done. Like you gotta like really understand like we done a lot, and I feel like especially like a lot of Black creators or just Black people in general, we don't pat ourselves on the back. We don't really like say, okay, yeah, we did this, you know.
Did that.
So we need to sit there. Like sometimes I gotta sit there and just think like, wow, I did this and I did that, and it's really hard to do this stuff, but I did it. Especially at my age, you're doing a lot. So it's like I gotta like, just realize and just take moments of my day and like, okay, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that resonates so much. Especially the piece about doing a lot, and then still feeling like you didn't do enough, and like stopping to like actually acknowledge, yeah, I did that. Let me congratulate, right? Like let me, and then not moving so quick to the next thing. Like I'm notorious for that. Like
Same.
I have this to do, I do it, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing next? Without realizing, girl, you just did what you thought you couldn't do. Like, calm down, acknowledge it first, and then maybe you can move to the next thing. And I also love the piece you shared about just deciding that one day you were going to move forward in that specific feeling and not letting people on social media derail you from how you feel about yourself. I absolutely agree. On a personal note, I also have a pretty big following on social media too, so I relate to all of the side comments, the bashing, like that is like definitely comes with the territory. And like one day I just decided, like, no, like I'm the standard, and it's either y'all like recognize that, like step to step, like recognize it, or like get lost, right?
Yeah.
I think the more that we assert that on social media, I think it opens us up to specific attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Other side also opens us up to so much love. Like I've gained like so many like of my like biggest friends from social media, which is so wild. But think about it, right? Like so many supporters, so many friends. So I think there's also that like double-edged sword of like the ways that you're able to navigate social media and like take care of yourself. So thank you for naming that. Something I wanted to ask you, in your work, as both like in beauty and in modeling, you advocate for inclusivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So important. Talk to us about the like what you've encountered in that journey, and like how has it been like having that be like one of your missions in the work you do?
What I encountered so far is like they're really like a lot of companies are not inclusive, and it's so bad to a point where like, do you really just think like there's only like one beauty standard? Do you really think there's only one body type, one like skin tone? It's like, let's be for real, like it's more than like that one thing. And we have okay, I feel like we're only the door open to us, but we're only one step in. And it's like we need to make more effort to like improve, because like I just generally don't understand, because I know for me, I started doing a series with like foundation series like I think 2 years ago, testing out foundations. And it blows my mind how there's so many big companies, and I know you have the money, you do not make foundation shades for women that are darker, but you have 30 shades for women that are lighter. How does that make any sense? And I know, especially with models also, there is like only a few skin, like body shapes, only a few like skin tones. It's like they pick and choose what's the standards, and it's like very weird, because like I feel like if you're gonna pick someone, you have to also understand there's different people in the world, and you have to represent those different people. Because I know for me, when I'm looking at company pages and I don't see people that look like me, I get a little sad, because I'm like, dang, should I even like get the product? Should I even like do this now third? Because like I have no one, I don't see anyone that represent me. So it's like a very interesting thing, and it's like sometimes very odd, because especially with like working in companies, either they're not gonna have your foundation shade 90% time, or especially me being plus size, like me on set, sometimes they like to cover me up. Like it's like we're we're making progress, but is it good progress? Like, you know? So
yeah, that's over. I was just telling my friend, I'm like currently shopping for like my birthday, and we like shop on the very similar sites. Even like she's like a size 4 maybe, or like even like maybe a 2. I don't know. But she's slim, right?
mm-hmm.
And the same size, right? She sends me cute stuff. I send her cute stuff. And even I was telling her, we were like looking at the same thing. And I was like, oh my God, like I would love that. I would want to wear that. And then when I looked at it in my size, like it went from like a crop top or like this like bandeau kind of situation. It's like a full grown shirt. And I was like, but I want the bandeau. Do they not think I want the bandeau top? Like, so it's even just the ways that you consistently see the way things are marketed to people who are marginalized or like othered in society. So that's like even just thank you for naming that too, the way that sample sizing or like just like sizing works on like model sets and in like clothing companies.
I hate when I go shopping or like they're trying to test something out on me, and I look at the other models and it don't look the same. Like that's really, I don't want it, like you said, like I want the thing.
Right. I feel that. I feel that. What about you, Roxana?
No, like I relate, and it makes me so frustrated. Like first and foremost, like the shade, like the foundation shade, like how is it like this is like you're going from like peach to transparent to even more transparent, yet there's so much melanated skin. Like come on, we need a variety of shades. We got like hella different undertones. Like we need it. Like it's very much in demand. And also like about like the clothing sizes, like I was trying to get like a few dresses off of Shein, and then I bought it and I had to return it because I was like, bro, they don't have this in plus size and I want to wear it this way. Like that's so unfair. Like why is it that it's only like built for like a like it's not, the system isn't for like people that are like, you know, like plus size. And it's just so annoying because it's like we need more change, and you're just like, I guess we're slowly trickling there, but like we need more. And I definitely like resonate with everything you said. Um, and I did want to ask, so in regards to like the change with, you know, how Fenty Beauty popped in the scene, and then there's has been like nearly the first time we've seen some sort of shade inclusivity. What are your hopes in terms of like um with the beauty industry? Like, what are some things you hope to see, or you want to like you want to yeah, you want to see or advance within the beauty industry?
I was gonna say, Fenty Beauty really paved the
Oh,
way for so many.
Robin
Like,
was doing the Lord's work.
yes, because ever since Fenty Beauty, more companies are starting to drop foundation shades for darker skinned women. They're starting to represent more people. It's so like, yeah, Fenty Beauty paved the way. And what I want to see more is like them be more inclusive, because you know Fenty Beauty did do like a lot for them to grow, but some companies, they still need a lot of work. They so it's like, because I know, like I said, like a lot of companies still, like when you look at their page, you're only gonna see like one skin tone that they post, and that's also still bad, because like you have to, if you're gonna like, if you have a company, I think you should represent everyone. Like, actually, I don't think, I know you should represent everyone. You shouldn't just post like one skin tone, because it's like, if I'm looking over there, I'm like, okay, I want to buy a product. I don't see no one dark skin here. Well, I'm gonna buy the product.
Mm-hmm.
And like even the foundations, they're working on that, but it's like, what, like they're not like doing good undertones. Like, I have a neutral undertone. Why are you sending me a foundation that's red and make my face look red? It's like, because like I feel like I said, foundation's 30 shades of lighter, but like 5 shades of darker. We have to step up that and make sure there's good undertones, and make sure it's like could go with everyone. And also contours. I really, I Fenty was the first company I ever contoured my face with. First company ever. And that's the only contour I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And other company finally made a contour for dark skin, which is Milk. And there's not a lot of companies that have contours for darker skin women. Like, I cannot contour my face unless it's like Fenty or Milk. So it's like, why is there only 2 companies that have that? They need to work on that.
Yeah, that is, oh my gosh, that is so true. And there's like one thing that Fenty did that I liked, which I think brings us back to centering marginalized folks in the influencer beauty modeling space, right? Is that when the shades came out, they started from the darkest shade, right? Typically, it's the other way around. Typically, you start from the lightest and then you go to the darkest shade, right? And that's like a reflection of how we see society, right? We see society as the lighter, the whiter folks are on the top, right? And the lighter folks to the top. And then the further it is to like the bottom is the darker the person or the people are, right? And I think when I saw Fenty drop their foundation line a few years ago, and when we saw them flip it on its head and start at the darkest shade, I was like, even something as subtle as that really lets us know where the trajectory of beauty should be going, right? Even as someone like me, I'm consistently like, I'm a carnival girl for folks who don't know what that is. That's like a Caribbean, like, you know, celebration. My pushback is always that, like, why do you need to release the slim costumes first, right? Why not release the curvier or the monokini or whatever you call them options first? Like, right, what does it look like for us to consistently center the people who are deemed, quote unquote, in society less than or othered first, before we serve the people who are seen at the center and who are seen as, you know, what it should be, right? So I really love that about Fenty when it came. I was like, oh my gosh, 40 shades, and she started with the darkest shade. Come on, Robin.
It remind me of Yitty's.
What'd you say?
It remind me of Yitty's, because Yitty started off with size 6X, and next, you know.
That, yeah, she started with, I think it was like 6 or 7X, and then went to like extra small.
Yeah.
And I think like subtle things like that makes a consumer want to be interested in your brand, right? And my clothing, even when you go into stores, right, the plus size section's usually in the back, is really small. You can't really find, you got to dig through the racks to look for it. that doesn't make me want to come to your store like ever again, right? But if I section is like in the front of your store, right? It's like a whole floor dedicated to the sizing, right? It makes a consumer want to come back. So what does it look like for us to really center and create a world where young people are growing up in that specific space where they don't feel othered? But speaking of that and different challenges we face in those areas, Roxana brought up earlier, you have tons of followers on both Instagram, TikTok, all the things. So we know like growing your following takes a lot of work. What challenges have you faced in building these specific platforms, and what advice would you give to young Black women, Black girls, and femmes who are interested in social media influencing the beauty industry? What advice would you give them?
So first with the challenges, I will say hate comments. I feel like growing on social media, you have to understand people are gonna, people are gonna say whatever they want. It's social media, but it's like, it's all about how you take it. Like I receive a lot of hate comments per day, and for me, I just realized like at the end of the day, like y'all can hate me, but it's like, what else can you do? Like y'all not gonna affect what's good. Like it's like you just have to understand like your level and others level, and I feel like a lot of people like to hate on you because they're jealous on you, so you just have to, and I guess my advice is just like keep doing things that you enjoy, because if you start doing things you don't like, you're only gonna like hate social media, to be honest. Because I know at one point I felt like I had to change the stuff I do, because the fact that I kept getting hate comments, I'm like, okay, maybe I should start switching up. Maybe I should stop doing this and that third. But I have to understand, like, why would I do that? I enjoy what I do. So it's like I shouldn't change myself for anyone. So yeah, just like keep doing what you do. Don't give up. Be consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. For folks who are joining, I pinned to ask questions. We're moving slowly into the Q&A for folks who are watching live. So if y'all are interested in asking Sophi or Roxana or myself any questions, please, drop those into our little question box and we will get to them in like 5 minutes. But yeah, I love what you talked about in terms of, centering who you are, like ignoring the haters and blocking it out. Roxana, I know you probably encounter a lot of this, even though like social media, I think social media is reflective of society, right? It's another microcosm of society and how it works. How would you say you navigate things like that in school and like your college setting? And what advice would you give young people who are also in college, who are interested in college, and are also navigating spaces that you are?
Thank you. I was gonna say, most definitely, when it comes to college, please go at a time when you are like ready. I'm kind of like trying to hustle my way through because like I'm not necessarily like I haven't prepared myself, but I do recommend like, you really need to focus on your mental well-being and just don't overwork yourself. And I feel like one of my main things that I try to teach myself all the time, especially surrounded by a capitalistic society, is like invest in your rest, and that is so important. Like we're always taught like, oh, we don't do enough, or there's so much we gotta do, but it's like invest in your self-care and your rest. That is literally worth more than any like than doing all this type of work, like all like whether it's like having to do so much like having to like work in your job and doing so many things. Like of course you need that to get by, but like most definitely you need to invest in that rest. And I was gonna say, when it comes to like a lot of hatred and stuff like that, I feel like the most important thing, well, especially is like to surround yourself with a lot of like reassurance, like people that are like affirming you in the communities that you are like being welcomed and accepted, and like basically like even like giving yourself affirmations, because negativity a lot of the times is projection, from like different folks, and they're just like, it's like that the fact when Sophi, you said that hello people give hate comments because they're envious, and that is very true, because literally seeing you and the content you post and how badass you look, bro, they wish they could do that. Like it's literally projection. And I feel like Y'all need to heal. Y'all need to take that negativity elsewhere to therapy. But me, in the meantime, I'm gonna affirm myself, and I know I'm doing good for myself. So definitely, just like just like literally ignoring it and just realizing, yeah, I'm gonna do me. Screw what they say, and that's exactly what you've been doing. So we're all so proud of you, and we love what you're doing.
Thank
Like, yes, you
you.
deserve all of them followers. I hope it keeps growing, and we're looking forward to seeing more content. So definitely.
Thank you so. Oh
um,
my God! Like my cheeks are getting hot and everything.
I was a little bit excited about, yeah, I think anytime we show up in spaces where we're told we're not supposed to be, right? And social media is like such a bold space, right? So for us to be online declaring that Black girls deserve space and room, declaring that plus size people deserve space and room, that dark skinned people deserve space and room, people are gonna feel triggered by that for the simple reason that they believe that you do not, right? That you do not have the right to that space. And I think something that really keeps me affirmed and grounded is knowing that they're only pushing back against it because for them to like see me thriving means that, how do I say this? But for example, right, like I often talk about like beauty politics, right? So for me to like move through the world in my body and not deny myself anything, right, says to someone else, wow, so I don't have to like do XYZ, right, in order to thrive, or wow, so the world doesn't end because this isn't happening for me, right? And I think for people to actively see that happening, whether it's on social media, on TV, really sets the mark and really lets people know that you're here and you're not going anywhere. And I think when we connect this to resistance and liberation, especially as Black folks who have been told across the world, right, throughout the whole diaspora, that we don't belong, that we deserve less, and we consistently show up in the spaces and name that no, we do, and we're not like backing down from it. People see that and they're like, oh my gosh, like how dare you do that? But it's like, how dare I not? Like it would be a shame to me to act as if I don't know who I am, right? And I want to say, like, a lot of what Roxana just said is thank you for knowing who you are, and for really responding to social media and to naysayers within that, having that attitude of like, how dare I not like be in this space, right? Because you deserve to occupy all the spaces that you're in. We have a few questions from the folks listening that I'm going to like shift over to. Someone asked, what is your favorite beauty brand and skin brand?
My favorite. Ooh, I have a lot of beauty like products in my house. I'm looking at my table. My favorite brand. It's like I just have a lot of makeup products. I'm like, who I use. So I guess it's Beauty Bay because their palettes are so bright. And I like bright palettes. I like things that like, show my skin. Because, some palettes, make it a little ashy or a little much a little bit. And skincare products, I would say Low Roach. I say that the end product, the name kind of bad, so I'm just gonna say La Roche. The skin product is really good. What's your favorite?
I'm cracking up. I've been wanting to try La Roche.
It's good.
They're so good. I've heard really good things. I love a few things. I love Sunday Riley. I love their like lactic acid products. I love Good Molecules. I think they're like phenomenal and they're so inexpensive, right? So if you're like a Black femme on a budget, want to get your skin right, they will get it for you. And then I also really like the tea tree, I think it is, or no, it was white tea toner from Lori Harvey's line. This was like a Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter.
Good? Do you actually like? Because I was gonna try it out.
I actually like it. Yeah, I go between that and the toner from Good Molecules, but they're both pretty good. Yeah, those are like really most of my key skincare products. And then I go to Peach Fuzz, which is like this Black owned laser spot in Brooklyn, New York, for folks who are interested in that. And they have this like laser care serum that I use, which is like also chef kiss. So those are like my favorite products. What about you, Roxana?
Definitely, I am a diehard fan. Sorry, it's really loud. Diehard fan of Fenty Beauty. But I'm not gonna lie, broke student hours. So I literally, I don't know if y'all also like you know, like the when you kind of like use a lipstick and then like use it as everything. Like that's
Yes.
kind of what I do.
Yeah. When I first started, use it as a blush. Like,
The eyeshadow, literally, that's me as of lately. So, Revlon Longwear, that's been the hookup, and the vibrant colors thing, bro. I resonate with that statement because I've always been told like a bright yellow never match with my skin tone. I'm like, what?
I,
What
I,
is? What does that even mean? Like, okay, well, time for me to look into that now because you said no. Now I'm gonna look into that. But pretty much that's what I've been wearing as of lately, and I definitely like want to look more into local black owned like skincare because we support our local businesses. Hello, so yeah, definitely. I'm like literally noting down what y'all rating so I can take a look at
oh,
those
you guys
skincare
should use
products.
Coco Con.
Mm. Wait,
Coco
what's that name again?
Coco Con is really good. Like,
Okay.
it's like a natural, like natural skincare products.
Mhm.
And I use their like serum. It eats. It's really good.
mm, okay, I love it. I also want to name that y'all are both super young, doing big things. And throughout the conversation, I know we talked quite a bit about the other folks, like the haters and all that. But someone is asking you, how do you tap into community care, and how does your community help you feel supported and grounded?
I'm trying to think. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I don't mind. How do I tap into community care? Well, well, in the communities that I'm a part of, whether it be my friends, whether it be my close ones, whether it be GGE, my definition, whenever I think of community, first thing I think of is GGE, because I'm like, first of all, we're always lit there. We got mad femmes, mad girls, mad black and brown girls, melanin popping, like, hello. And then we're, advocating for stuff like whether that's like, policies that affect, our livelihoods. And I feel like just being in the space together, whether it's just like even sharing like food together, or having conversations that are like normally we're not talking about in a lot of spaces, they mean a lot to me because it's like it does numbers on me because it's like, like these are conversations that I've been always seeking to have, and it like makes me connect to the people around me. And um how does community ground me? So community grounds me by making me feel validated and making me feel like I'm important, like I matter. Most of the time in a lot of predominantly like white spaces and a lot of other like, whether it's educational institutions, financial institutions, like it's just like I always feel like have to be cornered or othered, or like like I'm not ideal. But in my community, it makes me feel like I matter and my voice like is always being heard, and I really, really love that. So yeah, definitely. We always love community. Always, always.
Well, I guess for me, for like community, like I'm gonna just say like I support and like friendship and stuff. I feel like I'm, can you repeat the question? Because I really wanted to answer really well.
Yes, of course. So the person is just asking, aside from the haters, folks who don't know, um, who makes you feel safe and grounded and supported, and how do you keep connected to your community care?
I guess the people that make me feel like safe and grounded, it's like my friends and my supporters. Like and they make me feel like, because, you know, like, getting DMs of people telling, like, oh, yeah, like, you made my day, or just not third, that's gonna make you feel good. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I am making a difference. And my friends, like, one of my friends in the live, she's, like, hyping me up or asking questions. It's like, those people are my main support, and it helps me grow. And I feel like I love them, you know, because if I didn't have them, honestly, I don't know, like, if I would be on social media, because, you know, social media is a lot, and it's like, you have to have a lot of mental strength, and having these people that, like, support me, or, like, just, they teach me a lot of new things. That's one thing. Teach me a lot of good things. Like, I'm always gonna, like, if I'm feeling bad, they're always gonna uplift me, make me feel happy. So it's like, yeah. They just, like, are a good thing. It's really important to have a community around you, because it helps you to grow. It helps you to be happy. Because, you know, if you're alone, then it's like, it's harder. I feel like being alone is really hard to grow, because at least, like, if your community, they're gonna teach you new things. At least they're gonna help you if you're feeling down, give you advice. And I'm lucky to have, like, a good community where people are always there to give me support, always there hyping me up. And yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So these two questions are kind of similar.
Yeah.
Person is asking, what advice would you give to your younger self? And then this other person kind of, like, tacked a little bit the same question, honestly, and said, what other advice would you give to young people becoming activists?
Okay. So for my younger self, I would say don't give up, because for me, when my younger self, I was, like, really downhill. So I'm like, now, like, if I were to be able to go back, I'll just tell myself, don't give up. Your time will come, and you deserve to be in these spaces. And what I would say to others that want to do, like, be an activist, is I feel like, don't change yourself for anyone. That's one. And when you speak loud and bold and proud. Do not, like, shake because, like, someone's questioning what you're saying. Just know you speak in facts. Like, yeah.
Yes. That just reminded me of, there's a Serena and Venus Williams interview from when they were younger. And I think it was Serena, actually, and they're kind of asking her, like, there's a white journalist who's asking her a question about, like, does she want to be like this other, like, white tennis player? And she just says, no, I want to be the next Serena. Like, understanding that, like, okay, I'm better than that girl, though, like, and I'm gonna show you I'm better than her. So I love that you said, like, speak up, like, stay solid in your feelings, in your thoughts, and who you are. So that's so important. But Roxana, what advice are you giving to the young folks, the younger folks, because y'all are both young folks?
Definitely, I will say don't shy away. Like, don't let no one stop you from talking. Speak your shit, like, for real. Sorry, like, don't mind my French, but, like, and just literally, like, just take ownership. You know, like, be who you are, be your authentic self, and, like, don't be apologetic. And bro, we're always taught, especially, like, us, like, women, gender expansive youth, women of color, like, oh, like, you know, you have to be, like, so quiet and apologetic. Like, no, I'm gonna be myself, take it or leave it. Like, that's how we got here, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, like, really important for young girls to know that, like, that, you know, to be confident in their own skills, to be themselves, not to change to some standard or to what somebody wants them to be. Like, no, I'm gonna be who I want to be, you know? So that's really important. And I really, yeah, just, I love the vibes. Oh my God, like, this, I love this conversation. I love that we're having it together. And I was gonna ask Sophie, are you in New York, or
I'm from
am
Florida,
I,
but I
like,
travel to New York a
or
lot.
oh?
Yeah.
Because if you are, please, I'd love to hang
I
out anytime.
got you.
Yes,
DM me.
I love to.
Definitely.
Also, I
Love.
want to say one more
Yes.
thing. I feel like we should always think of ourselves as a main character. Like, why you want to be a side character in your own story? Really think about that, because, like, if you are allowing people to control your life, you're a side character. You're not the main character anymore. So it's like, you have to understand you're the main character and you have to act like one. So do not feel silence, because I feel like, especially, like, when it comes to Black women, I think when we are talking, people question us a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why, hate it, but it's like we have to stand tall and do not allow anyone to make us feel like we're doubting, like not to doubt ourselves, basically. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. That is so important. And to that notion already, I'm gonna keep the mic at you where we have reached the plug yourself part of this segment. So please let the folks know where they can find you next. What are you up to? Where they can follow you. Same thing, Roxana. If you got things coming up, let the people know. They want to know. So share yourselves, folks.
Well, I have a commercial coming out in a couple weeks, like 2 weeks. It's a really big commercial, and it's gonna be posted on my platform. My Instagram is like this. All my platform is okay, Sophi, and I have a link tree in my bio. Also, I applied to Sephora Squad, so if anyone wanna give me a testimony on there too. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, we will be on the lookout for this lovely commercial. And you said it's big, so I'll be at the TV like, where is that? What's happening? I want to see. I can't wait. Congratulations. And what about you, Roxana? What's coming up? How can folks stay connected with you if you would like them to?
Folks can reach out to me. I have an Instagram handle at Roxana. Just hit me up anytime. What's coming up for me is I guess like I'm having spring break, so I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do around that time maybe. Sorry if it's really loud, but definitely share the Sephora thing. I'm definitely like writing a testimony like right now, like share the link because I'm not waiting and I'm looking out for that commercial, please. So definitely, yeah. Pretty much that's just what's going on for me.
This is fun. Thank y'all so much for this.
Thank you, everyone, again for joining our final In My Black Feminist Bag IG conversation. I'm actually really sad to say the series. You were our finale guest. You couldn't have been a better. We appreciate this conversation so much. Thank you for your time, for your expertise. Thank you, Roxana, for just being amazing. Oh my God, I spelled your name wrong. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I have a question. Are you gonna ask? Okay, there's one question I really want to ask. Was like, what's in your bag?
Oh my gosh! See, this happened to me like 2 combos ago too, where I almost forgot to ask it, but then I remember.
Because
thank you.
And
wait, finale guest, because only I would forget to ask it on the last conversation. Roxana and Sophi, what are in your Black feminist bag?
You can start first.
I will go with my favorite Asada Shakur chant that we always say at the that I've always I literally live by this since my starting days at Sadie Dash and GGE. That's in my bag. All my lovely friends, shout out Miriam from YY. I love her energy. It's in my bag. Let me think. Just looking at works of, I love reading works from Angela Davis, Maya Angelou, so you already know what's up. Let me see. And SZA, of course. I love her music. Listening to it on repeat. Come on. She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the girl, so yeah.
I love it.
And yeah. Trying to think. Sophie, you got any ideas?
Some lip gloss, some earrings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess the bag gotta be Telfar. We gotta really think about it. Black owned, like a Telfar, yeah, and a little dose of delusional. Being delusional, I'm not gonna lie. Being delusional helped me realize my worth.
Same.
But all the things I accomplished is happening because I'm delusional. I believe I can really rule the world. So a little dose of that. Self-love is so important. So that too. And, a little fan. I always carry a little fan with me. That, it be hot outside, so I got a fan. And lip gloss. But honestly, I feel like it's heavy on the being delusional. I feel like you have to really like be like, you deserve this. You can accomplish this in our third. So if you don't have that, you need it.
Yes. I echo that so much. I love being delusional. Like, and I think that's like, if we were all realistic all the time, like we would not be here. It's like, to call it a thing, right? I always tell people, like, we're literally here because people, our ancestors, radically imagined a different world, a new world, and built that world so that we could be sitting here on this IG live together in this moment. Isn't that like delusional and nuts? Like, I'm so grateful. So yeah, I really echo that, carrying forth that delusional energy. We love to see it. And I love lip gloss. So yes, it's always in my thank you again, Sophi, for doing that, Allie, because clearly I almost forgot it. Clearly just burns out 8 conversations later. But thank you for bringing us back and grounding us again. Yeah, folks, thank you for joining. At this point, I would say stay tuned for next week, but there's no next week because the series is over. But please, please, please follow us at GGNYC on both Instagram and Twitter so you can keep up with our work and what's happening next. We do have another IG conversation happening on Friday for Trans Day of Visibility at 3 p.m. Eastern. So please come and check out that conversation with us. We would love to have you as we celebrate trans folks and building community. And until then, have a beautiful and blessed evening and afternoon, y'all. And again, thank you for joining us for this ride.
Thank y'all.
Y'all.